Starting at the sort of open space level, Mosaic Park is actually delivering in the next couple of weeks. If you drive by it or walk by it, you'll see that there's still some activity. It's some last minute utility work going on, but that park, the majority of the park, we'll call phase one, is opening up. And that's an example, as I mentioned before, of a sort of truly sort of a different type of park than you see just steps away from 8 million square feet of office, where it's really a lot of passive space as well as active recreation. Places for kids as we all adjust to this new time. People may be bringing their kids into the office and need a place to bring them. And so a lot of those activities that are very neighborhood oriented, but obviously I think are tremendous amenities. So that is delivering now, literally in the next week or so. In terms of other important transportation infrastructure elements, so the what we call the Ballston multimodal study, which is dealing with the metro station. Right now, this year, we are wrapping up phase one, which is dealing with the Fairfax Drive frontage and the bus areas, as well as the shelters to upgrade that experience. Phase two will be finished next year, and that will deal with North Stewart Street, the plazas itself. And that's really important for us with the addition of the new pedestrian bridge that was constructed as part of the Ballston corridor redevelopment. This will now enhance an important key element of, I think, what drives office demand here in Ballston, which is accessibility and connecting that rail, bus, multimodal experience. Another one that will do that is the Beaver Pond, what we call the Ballston Pond now, but I'm aging myself. We used to call it the Beaver Pond when there were beavers still in there. But that's a major stormwater project. But what it will do is, because of the major investment in stormwater management, is create enhanced trail systems, as well as some really a cool element of an observation deck where you can kind of sort of look out over this very passive wetlands environment. Another example of where steps away from your office, you can get to a place that will truly sort of pristine and very quiet in terms of if you need a moment of the day to do that. And the last one is the second entrance on Fairfax Drive to the metro station. That has been delayed. That is relying upon state funding. State funding is no different than all our other funding mechanisms, where it's relying on tax revenues and in case of transportation, sales tax revenues. So that pie has gotten smaller, but there's still our CIP, which was a very limited CIP this year, did put continued design money into that. And we are looking to reapply for state funds next year and get to a design build by 2022. So that project has been delayed a little bit, but it's certainly moving forward. And more importantly, there's a project that may be built around it, a site plan, and that project can move forward independently. The metro station can move forward independently of a building being built adjacent to it. So that's going to be another exciting, particularly those that are sort of west of Glebe, north of the core, another way to get into the metro system. We think will be a great advantage for not only office tenants, but people that work, that live in Ballston as well.